Learning to code started as a new skill I wanted to pick up. I thought it was just about writing lines of code and making apps. But somewhere along the way, I realized that coding was teaching me how to think and even how to live. When I started, I expected to just learn syntax, maybe build a few small projects. But then I hit my first bug, then my second, and my 200s. That's when it hit me. That coding wasn't just about writing, it was about solving. I'm actually going to quote my first year professor here. He said that I appreciate finding bugs in my code because it means that I am going in the right direction. I know it sounds like such a cliche, but just like failures in life, if you don't have any bugs in your code, it means that something is definitely missing. I used to get frustrated easily. If something didn't work, I gave up. But coding doesn't let you give up that fast. You have to keep trying, changing one thing at a time, and testing. It was so fun to try different approaches. I was frantic when I stumbled upon a bug. It was full of what ifs. What if I do this and that, and maybe it will work? That's literally how life works. If something doesn't work, if it fails, you don't throw away the whole plan, you debug it. When I even started as a teacher, working on Scratch projects, I used to get a lot of bugs in my code, or I used to maybe spend a few minutes solving my students' bugs. But after a while, after my second year in teaching, it was unbelievably easy to recognize bugs. I mean, my students would just get up and ask, hey, my code is doing this, it's not working, this is happening. And without even going across to their desk and standing by their computer and seeing their code, I would just say, hey, change this, change that, and it'll work. And they would be shocked, like, how did you know what was wrong with my code? And that's the beauty of it. You do it long enough, you can actually recognize where you went wrong and how you can solve it faster. And in life, you explore some approaches too, trying one at a time, and maybe you can create a system, even an algorithm, to solve similar problems. And that can help you a lot in your personal life. I started noticing that I use the same logic in my day-to-day life. Break a big problem into smaller ones, try an approach, try a solution, test it, and don't take failures so personally because they're just feedback. I take this view and use it in a lot of areas of my life, in planning my days, in projects, or even relationships and conflicts, and so on. I also like using the version control logic when something doesn't go right, when I stumble upon a conflict or it's about a goal, a project that I have reached a point that it doesn't work. I like to go back to the last version that it was working and build my way up from there. It helps me a ton in realizing my past mistakes and avoiding them in the future. Learning to code trained my brain to stay calm under pressure. It made me realize every problem, no matter how big, always has a structure. And if you look close enough, you'll find out where the bug is. Another lesson was that life is always changing, just like new frameworks, various updates, or different technologies. The people and the environment around us is always shifting. And if you don't keep up with it, if you don't make the effort, put the effort to um, update yourself, you're going to lose that progress altogether. So, if you're learning to code right now, don't just think about it as a technical skill. It's going to build this problem solving mindset. It's a mental training and it can apply to everything from your job to relationships and life itself.